This is lesson 4.1, multiples of equal groups, the parent help video for grade 3 everyday math. We do have a few vocabulary words that I want to talk about, and the first one is multiplication division diagram, and we use that to solve multiplication and division number stories. So here's an example in the everyday math book of a multiplication and division diagram. It has how many things there are, how many things in something or as a part of something, and then how many things in all. Okay? And so this has got the story right beside it, and then we would fill in this diagram. So for example, in this problem, Yosh has 4 boxes of mini stock cars. There are 10 stock cars in each box. How many stock cars does he have? So we would say, well, there's 4 boxes, there's 10 in the box, and we know that 4 times 10 is 40, and we want kids to try to come up with that number model to try to generate 4 times 10 equals 40. The answer is 40. Okay, and then how do they know that it makes sense? They can multiply, and there are lots of ways that they can check that, including with division. But right now, the kids are just getting exposed to multiplication, so they might check it with adding. They might draw pictures to be able to see how it works. But that multiplication division diagram is how we help kids to be able to see what the story is actually asking. The next vocabulary word is just multiplication. Okay, and multiplication is basically a faster way to put a lot of numbers together than adding. So if we're saying I have these boxes, and then each box has 6 candles inside it. Alright, so we'll just draw a candlestick here. So each box has 6 candles. 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6. And the question might be, how many candles are there in all? And so we would say, well, most of the kids in 3rd grade, they would say 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 6 is 24, plus 6 is 30, plus 6 is 36. They would just keep adding 6 until they got the answer. However, when we start multiplying, we can say, well, I have 6 in each box, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. So that's 6 candles times 6 boxes equals 36 candles. So multiplication is kind of like a shortcut for adding. Okay, so you don't have to spend all that time adding things up. And we want kids to be remembering their multiplication facts, their basic multiplication facts. That's really going to help them as they go on to do more tricky math. And so we start by having them memorize up through the 10s, and then if they can get there, through the 11s and 12s. So you can really help them with that with flashcards, just quizzing them over and over again until they can say it fluently. We want the kids to be able to know it right away. And then there's one more word, and that's multiples of equal groups. So multiples of equal groups is what we're talking about today, and basically it's putting equal groups of things together to get an answer, and this would be the answer. So when we multiply, the key piece is equal groups. The groups have to be equal. So I can't say, well, I have one box with 6 candles, and I have one box with 5 candles. Well, I have one box with 3 candles, and then I have maybe 2 more boxes with 6. I can't just say, oh, I'm going to do 6 times 5 boxes and get, because I would get 30, but that would be the wrong answer here. You can only do it if the groups are equal, like the groups were equal here. Okay, so that's what we try to help kids understand too, just the concept of multiplication. As far as how you can help with this at home, just quiz them, alright? And if there's any opportunity to use multiplication in their actual lives, okay, with anything you're doing at home, please have them practice it and try it out. And just, make it applicable to what's actually happening in their lives. Maybe you have, just as an example, piece of pizza. You have a pizza here. It's split into 8 slices. Okay. And then maybe you're having some family come visit, or you're having a little party. Okay, and you're going to get 3 of these pizzas with 8 slices. How many slices of pizza are you going to have? If you did that, you would say, well, I have 3 pizzas times 8 slices. That equals 24 pieces. You could count them and check. Okay, and well, that's not quite going to work because we have 26 people coming, okay, to visit us. Or maybe some people will want more than 1 slice of pizza. So you have to kind of just think about circumstances in your everyday lives that might be applicable to you, that might be helpful for kids' actual application of multiplication. So we do 2 things. We not only try to get them to memorize the facts, 6 times 6 is 36, 3 times 8 is 24, but we get them to try to see when they would actually be using multiplication. So hopefully you can help support that at home. This is lesson 4.1, multiples of equal groups, the parent help video for grade 3 everyday math.